So foldables have come a long way, right? Not too long ago, they were these futuristic, fragile experiments. Now they're the headline devices from the biggest names in tech. And today, we've got what I'd call the battle of the foldable titans. Google's brand new Pixel 10 Pro Fold and Samsung's Galaxy Z Fold 7. Both sit at the top of the foldable food chain, but they take very different approaches to how a foldable should look, feel, and perform. Let's break this down. Okay, let's start with the obvious, how these things look and feel in the hand. Samsung's Fold 7 is the slimmest and lightest fold ever. Folded, it's just 8.9mm thick, and when it's open, you're holding a crazy thin 4.2mm slab. It only weighs about 215 grams, which is lighter than some regular phones. Samsung really went all in on making it sleek, pocketable, and comfortable. Plus, it's got that new Armor Flex hinge with titanium lattice, Gorilla Glass Victus 2, and a water drop hinge design that makes opening and closing smoother than ever. Honestly, it feels like the most refined fold yet. Google, on the other hand, went for confidence and durability. The Pixel 10 Pro Fold isn't quite as thin as Samsung's, but it's built like a tank. Aerospace-grade aluminum, a gearless hinge, and the big win here is it's the first foldable with full IP68 water and dust resistance. You can dunk it, you can get it dusty, and it should still survive. For anyone who worries about foldables being fragile, this is a big deal. So if you want the slimmest, lightest design, Samsung takes it. If you care more about toughness and reliability, Pixel has the edge. Now, when it comes to foldables, displays are everything. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 gives you a 6.5-inch cover screen with a comfortable 21:9 aspect ratio, making it actually usable with one hand. Open it up and you're greeted by an 8-inch AMOLED 120Hz display that hits up to 2600 nits of brightness. It's vibrant, fluid, and optimized for multitasking with Samsung's One UI features. The Pixel 10 Pro Fold goes even bigger. Its outer screen is 6.4 inches, slightly narrower than Samsung's, but when you unfold it, you get a massive 8-inch OLED panel, the biggest among foldables right now. And brightness up to 3000 nits. That's basically mini sun levels. It makes a huge difference if you're outdoors a lot because glare is no longer an issue. Both are stunning, both are flagship quality, but Pixel wins on sheer size and brightness, while Samsung's outer screen feels a little more natural for everyday use. Here's where the philosophies diverge. Samsung's Fold 7 packs the Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy, a special overclocked version of Qualcomm's best chip. It's built on a 3nm process, super powerful and very efficient. Paired with 12 or 16 gigs of RAM, it flies through multitasking, gaming, editing, you name it. Google is debuting its Tensor G5 chip inside the Pixel 10 Pro Fold, and while it's not chasing raw benchmark numbers, it's laser-focused on AI performance. That means smoother live translations, better voice interactions, and all the Gemini AI features like Gemini Live, Magic Q, and smarter photo editing tools. In day-to-day tasks, it's fast, but its real strength is making AI feel baked into every interaction. So if you're all about gaming and raw power horsepower, Samsung feels stronger. But if you love AI tools and smarter software experiences, Pixel is ahead of the curve. Foldables have often lagged behind slab flagships in camera quality, but not this year. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 packs a 200-megapixel main sensor. Yep, you heard that right, 200 megapixels. It's overkill, but it gives Samsung a massive edge in detail and flexibility. Pair that with a 12-megapixel ultra-wide and a 10-megapixel telephoto with 3x zoom, and you've got a seriously powerful setup. Selfies are handled by two separate 10-megapixel cameras, one on the cover screen and one on the inside. The Pixel 10 Pro Fold goes with Google's tried-and-true 48-megapixel main sensor, alongside an ultra-wide and a telephoto. Now, the numbers might not sound as impressive, but here's the thing. Google's computational photography is second to none. Features like Best Take, Add Me, Rear Camera Selfie, and the new Instant View mode make shooting with the Pixel feel effortless. It's less about giant megapixel counts and more about consistently great shots. So Samsung wins if you're after raw camera hardware and insane resolution. But Pixel delivers smarter photography that leans on AI to make every shot social media ready. Battery life has always been a weak spot for foldables, but both brands are improving. The Fold 7 sticks with 4,400 mAh, but thanks to the efficiency of the Snapdragon 8 Elite, Samsung claims 24 hours of video playback. It charges at 25 watts wired, which gets you halfway in about 30 minutes, plus 15-watt wireless and reverse charging. Pretty standard Samsung stuff. The Pixel 10 Pro Fold pushes things further. It's rocking the largest battery ever in a Pixel foldable, over 5,000 mAh, and Google promises 30+ hours of usage. Charging is fast too, 50% in about 30 minutes, and it's the first foldable with Q2 wireless charging, which means magnetic accessories like Pixel Snap chargers just click into place. Here, Pixel clearly has the battery advantage. If endurance matters to you, it's the safer bet. This is where both companies show off their identity. Samsung is leaning hard into Galaxy AI. On the Fold 7, the big screen makes AI tools like generative edit way more useful. You can edit photos, summarize notes, and translate calls live. It's like having a productivity powerhouse that also folds into your pocket. But Google feels like it's on another level with AI this year. The Pixel 10 Pro Fold introduces Gemini Live, a real-time assistant that feels conversational. Tools like Magic Queue for presentations, Camera Coach for helping you frame shots, and Daily Hub for organizing your life all feel deeply integrated into the OS. It's less about individual features and more about Google AI being woven into everything. So if you want AI as a helpful assistant, Pixel feels smarter. If you want AI as a productivity toolkit, Samsung's ecosystem shines. Now let's talk money, because neither of these is cheap. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 starts at $2,300 for the base model and can climb over $2,800 for the top-tier 1TB version. Samsung positions it as the premium foldable for people who want the absolute cutting edge. The Pixel 10 Pro Fold actually undercuts it slightly, starting at burnt $2,200. Still pricey, but you get a bigger battery, brighter display, and that year of Google AI Pro subscription with 2 TB of cloud storage bundled in. So dollar for dollar, Google might give you a bit more value up front. So which one should you buy? If you want the slimmest, lightest, most polished foldable design, and you're drawn to Samsung's powerful hardware and that insane 200-megapixel camera, the Galaxy Z Fold 7 is the one to get. It's the most refined fold Samsung has ever made. But if you want the brightest, biggest foldable screen, the best water and dust protection, a bigger battery, and Google's AI smarts tightly woven into the experience, the Pixel 10 Pro Fold feels like the more forward-looking option. At the end of the day, it's not about which one is objectively better. It's about what fits your lifestyle. Samsung feels like a productivity beast with cutting-edge hardware, while Pixel feels like an AI-first device designed to make your life easier.